Another favourite of mine.
Yes.
Short-lived, but I like Inspector Newcomen of Scotland Yard.
Scotland Yard, lovely jubbly.
Good character. I enjoyed playing him because he's a bit of an idiot.
Yeah, I don't know whether he's quite written as an idiot, but I think that the tendency at the time was to treat most inspector-type policemen as idiots.
Well, it's funny, they were public servants, weren't they? So they weren't seen as as equal as the upper classes. They were servants of the upper classes. Yeah.
They were doing a bit sort of a necessary annoyance.
Well, they were invented, the police forces were invented to protect the money.
Exactly, and stop the naughty people doing naughty things.
Not to protect and serve the people. It was to protect the money.
Yes.
So they were seen in a certain light, you know, and there was a lot of private police forces, although I don't think this Inspector Newcomen was a private.
No, if he's Scotland Yard, he'd be Metropolitan Police.
Yeah.
So.
But I think what makes me believe that he's a bit of an idiot is that he's just so self-assured that he's going to catch this guy.
Yeah.
This Mr. Hyde, I've got my stick, I've got the checkbook.
Yeah.
All I need to do is wait and I'm going to eat.
Yeah. So the thing is, if you look at it, then to a policeman's sort of head state or mindset, that's all the evidence they need. He's going to pop up at some point. He does not know that Mr. Hyde doesn't exist in that sense. He doesn't. Obviously, he couldn't know that Mr. Hyde is Dr. Jekyll. He could meet Dr. Jekyll and not know it was Hyde. Yeah. In that sense,
because no one can disappear.
Yeah. So there's the evidence. He's got the stick. He's got the murder weapon. He's got evidence. As soon as he pops his head up, we've got him. So you can kind of see why he's so cocksure because he doesn't know what's going on. But you know, there is that. So it's almost like Lestrade.
I think exactly the same.
Yeah, Inspector Lestrade in Sherlock Holmes. He's the idiot policeman.
Yes.
Who Sherlock Holmes just, it's because of this. So it's almost the same in that scene that Utterson's looking at it. He's like, yeah, well, you don't have your man yet, do you? Because he's a bit more cautious. Yeah. He doesn't know what's going on either. But because
he has the sense to not be confident.
He has the sense that there's something more going on because he knows about the cane. He gave the cane to Jekyll, and there's a bit missing. So he's protecting his mate Jekyll, and also going, you think it's Hyde, dear? Oh, off you go. There's your bum steer. Go that way. Yeah. Because if it is Jekyll, I can protect him. You know.
I mean, it's interesting, isn't it, in that point within the piece, that you could argue that Utterson is withholding from Inspector Newcomen.
Yeah.
Because although he says, okay, I'll take you to Mr. Hyde's house, he doesn't offer any information regarding Dr. Jekyll, his mate.
Yeah, because it's already established that Hyde has killed Danvers Carew with the cane that we assume or Utterson gave to Jekyll. So the backstory, Jekyll was given the cane by Jekyll gave the cane to Hyde, who then killed Danvers with it. Yes. So Utterson recognises the cane, but will say nothing because it's Hyde what done it, so to speak. So, in a sense, Utterson is throwing Hyde under the bus because just in case Jekyll did it, he's saying nothing. So he needs to establish. That's why he goes to see Jekyll immediately. Yeah, I need to know what's going on. You've not been mad enough to hide it. So there's a connection that he obviously hasn't given to the police that he keeps back. Yes, you know.
But yeah, I mean, when I started working around even when we did the first production, I just directed. I was very keen to have him as a blustery, not bungling idiot.
That sort of confidence that a lot of policemen have that they're neither warranted or deserved.
Arrogance.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I'm an inspector. You've got to get out of my way because I'm an inspector. Yeah,
and
that's whole ethos, isn't it?
Arrogance.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's I'm too clever. This is a done deal.
Yeah.
If you were actually clever, you'd know it wasn't.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what informed the way I directed him to be played, and then when I played the role, I played it in a very blustery way. You know, it's all chest.
Yeah. I suppose that's the way with most detectives that you see, most fictional detectives. They don't actually say anything until they know. Whereas the fictional idiot detectives know. and say, this is what, is the man in the braces, he done it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So to speak.
You'll do.
Yeah. It is almost a case of you'll do, because then the case is done, and in Newcomen's mind, he's this famous copper now. He's solved the case of the politician's murder. He's solved the case. He's on the page of the Times, and look at me, but I've done it. So he's looking for a payday on this one, and a bit more promotion perhaps.
Yeah.
But going back to the status, his status rises. Yeah. Within the coppers, within society itself.
From another character perspective, the philosophy at the time, a lot of people believed that you could see if someone was a bad person or a wrong un. I can't remember, there's a word for it that I cannot remember right now, but the belief was that if you looked at a person and they looked bad, if they were deformed, then there was usually a reason for that. They were probably a bad person, and that was people believed that's how the world worked.
Yeah.
So therefore, particularly small and particularly wicked looking. Yeah. Done deal.
Well, that was the Victorian sort of ethos, wasn't it? If it looked nasty, it was. That's why they had the freak shows and all these sort of carnivals. John Merrick, the Elephant Man, who was a very intelligent fellow, but they just saw him as this hideous beast,
monster. And
again, with the evolution thing, how could we possibly have come from those? He might have come from a beast because he looks horrible. And that's basically what it is. The phrenology as well, with the size of head bumps. You see those lovely ceramic heads with all the little marks on them. This is what this means. You know what I mean? This is absolute nonsense. Yeah. But only looking at it from retrospect, from our own advanced point of view, it's nonsense. But then it was gossip, the gospel. You know what I mean? I think he's kind of nice. I think he's just a bit bumbly. I think he wants to catch the killer, but for his own gain, not because he wants to catch a bad guy. You know what I mean?
I think that's a little bit of a statement, perhaps, by Stevenson of law and order and the state of affairs at the time.
Yeah.
That they were, in it for their own.
Yeah, they weren't advances. In it for the public good. They were, and it goes back to the theme of the piece anyway, the status thing, doesn't it? The high, the medium. So the policeman obviously is above a butler because he's got more power over him, but he has no power over the people up there.
The law bringers.
Until he gets further up the food chain, so to speak.
Yeah.